Drowning Minimalist here. Thank you for joining me today. This is my first podcast episode, and I thought that I would start by highlighting a few of the reasons that I started getting into minimalism and some of the first sort of projects or steps that I took in order to start living a more minimalist lifestyle. So if you are interested and you would like to learn how you can start your own minimalism journey, then keep on listening. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to talk about is how I got into minimalism. And I've written and shared about this in one of my blog posts, so you can feel free to check that out on drowningminimalist.com. The title is Getting Started. So that's exactly what I'm going to help you do today, is I'm going to help you get started. So the first thing that I did to sort of get rid of things and start minimizing what I owned was with my wardrobe. And this is because when I would look into my room, it was too stressful to think about doing anything bigger than just clothing. I couldn't think about getting rid of paper or books or whatever. Clothes were the easy answer. So I started looking into different minimalist challenges, things that you can do that are sort of defined. I needed a framework. So I stumbled across Project 333. Project 333 is a program that Courtney Carver came up with. She has a website, Be More With Less. I will leave a link to that in the description of this podcast so you can check her out. But this was just the answer and the framework that I needed at the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by explaining what Project 333 is. Then I will go into sort of what my personal experiences were going through doing Project 333. And then about a year and a half later, which is right now, I'm going to tell you what my thoughts are on it and how the ideas and habits have stuck with me over that time. So the rules of Project 333. So 333 stands for 33 items for 3 months. That's where the 333 comes from. So the idea is you do it every 3 months. And what you are allowed to have is 33 items, including clothing, accessories, jewelry, outerwear, and shoes. Then, of course, there are some items that are not counted as a part of the 33 items. Wedding ring, sentimental piece of jewelry that you are never taking off, underwear, sleepwear, loungewear, workout clothing. So basically clothing that you only wear during your workout, not clothing that you wear every day and sometimes work out in. So basically the idea is to choose your 33 items, box up the remainder of your clothing, they say, quote unquote, fashion statement, and you put it out of sight. So the idea is that 3 months later, you'll come back to that. So this says, consider you're creating a wardrobe that you can live, work, and play in for 3 months. It's not a project in suffering. If your clothes don't fit or are in poor condition, replace them. So I think all of that is, I'm taking this directly from their website, bemorewithless.com/project333. You'll be able to find that easily, and like I said, I'll leave some links down below. So basically, who can do this? Well, anybody can do this. And you can share your journey, #Project333 on Instagram. And this was a really cool idea because I use Instagram a fair amount, and I really like sharing the different things that I go through. So, what do you do if you want to get started with Project 333? So the first step to do is to get all of your clothes, all of your shoes, everything and just go through them. And I found their website extremely helpful because it gave me steps to do in order to eliminate the things that I don't use. It gave me steps on how to get through tackling your closet and get through doing that. Because it's a big step and it is a little bit stressful if you're not used to regularly doing it. It's something I believe is very important to regularly do. Otherwise, we have these closets full of clothes that we don't wear. And, it's natural to not want things anymore, and we have to be honest with ourselves about what we like and don't like and what we're using or not using. So I found their guides to be really useful. I got rid of, I think, about a laundry basket and a half of clothing. And then I found my 33 items. So what was my experience with Project 333? So I really enjoyed it. In the beginning, it was easy. The downside was that I had to be doing laundry a lot because I was re-wearing a lot of the same clothes, which I never used to be really all about. It was more, I've already worn that this week and or I wore that last week or whatever, but it was really nice because rather than having a bunch of different pieces that somehow kind of mesh, the challenge was creating 33 items that would go together nicely and go complement each other and that I could mix and match with. So I learned how to sort of use different basics across a lot of different outfits, and I think that was really valuable to learn that I could do that, and that honestly I enjoyed doing that because I love having really unique pieces of clothing, and doing this project helped me realize that, when you do have a favorite, why should you feel like you can't wear it all the time, If you love this shirt, wear it every week. So what? Who cares? And I definitely started to feel like, because I had these clothes pre-selected in a sense, it was so much easier for me to choose my outfit and to sort of look put together without thinking too much about it. I wasn't staring at my closets thinking, oh, what the hell am I going to wear today? I was saying, oh, well, I have this, or this. Well, this can go with a bunch of things. And, oh, well, this looks great with this skirt and these pants, but it's a little cold, so I'll wear it with pants today. It made the decision-making process so much more straightforward and easy. So I highly encourage you to at least look through your closet and, see what you can maybe donate or get rid of. And also to get rid of all those things that have holes in them. I know I had a fair amount. So, anyways, I think that will give you a pretty good idea of what it was like for me to get started and ways that you can get started. So I'm going to shift gears a little bit right now, and we can start talking about what I have felt like about a year and a half after doing this for the first time. So I suppose I'm not really doing Project 333 currently at the moment. I'm planning on getting back into it. I just got back from spending a semester in France, and I ended up only packing maybe 40 articles of clothing that I was wearing every day for 4 months. So that pretty well already has me in the mindset of, not needing a lot and not feeling like, I need this or that. I'm pretty used to adapting to things, and I don't think I could have done that as well as I had had I not done Project 333. So my current attitude is that I need to go through my clothes more. I need to get rid of the things I don't wear. But at the same time, the things that I haven't counted them. The things I have in my room as my daily wardrobe, I haven't counted them, but I know it's not a high number. I mean, I can see them. The volume is not very high. So it's definitely completely changed how I think about buying clothes, how I think about wearing clothes. The other thing to say is that during the first year, so from July 2016 until July 2017, I bought about 12 articles of clothing, including replacing worn out items, including pairs of socks. So I really took a step back after I had started Project 333 and decided that I was going to just sort of get to realize what I had. So when I went through the first time for Project 333, what shocked me the most was how many clothes I had that weren't within those 33 items, and how many of them I didn't want to eliminate, but I did. And that made me really appreciate how many cute and good clothes I had. Which then, in my head, I'm thinking, well, if I'm going to use something until I don't like it or until it wears out, like, I'm never going to get through all my clothes. Like, it's going to take me years to, like, have a completely different wardrobe. And to an extent, that is true. But it's kind of been a fun challenge to try to make more meaningful purchases and to allow yourself to spend a little bit more money on nicer, higher quality items that you really enjoy. And that way, your clothing will last longer. You'll be able to pass it on to a friend in good condition instead of a bad condition or whatever. So, I mean, overall, I just would urge you guys to try this if you're interested in getting back into, I say back into, but if you're interested in getting into minimalism, I think that this is a great starting ground place to start. And as I've said, everyone's journey is going to be different, but I would love to see if you guys do this and you want to share it. Hashtag Drowning Minimalist is a way that you can share it with me. I'll be checking in on that. And like I said, there is a pretty good community on Instagram with hashtag Project 333 or hashtag Be More With Less. And it just curates a better way of thinking. Well, I suppose I shouldn't say better, but it curates a different way of thinking about the way we shop, the way we accumulate clothing. So I think it was very valuable for me in that regard. Thank you so much for tuning into my first podcast. I hope that it inspired you to think about minimalism and think about the ways that we can reduce what we are consuming, be it clothing or other. If you have any questions, please feel free to check out my blog. My email is on there. You can send me an email. You can send me your own story, your own questions. I would absolutely love to hear from you guys, and I hope that you guys have a beautiful rest of your week.